Welcome to Omni Sage Official. The right content has reached the right person. If you have the perfect line, formed by the letter M on your palms, today's content holds a prophetic resonance for you. We will dive into one of the greatest prophecies from our beloved Nostradamus notes the media doesn't fully prioritize, which is why so little is said about them. This serves as an awakening for humanity, a preparation for dark times, and a revelation that you have been chosen to guide others toward spiritual rebirth. But before you scroll on, pause. What if this message found you for a reason? What if every word here unlocks a truth buried deep within your DNA, a truth about your role in humanity's awakening? Stay. Listen. The next few minutes could shift your destiny and the world's. And if these words resonate like a forgotten prayer, if your spirit whispers, "This is why I'm here," honor that knowing. Comment 888 below a code of alignment, abundance, and ascension to a readiness to step into your purpose. The universe is speaking. Nostradamus, the enigmatic seer whose cryptic quatrains have both baffled and inspired humanity for centuries, left behind far more than mere predictions. His writings were not just warnings about wars, plagues, or natural disasters. They were encoded maps leading to a deeper understanding of our collective destiny. Among his lesser-known prophecies lies a revelation so profound that it challenges everything we think we know about ourselves and our place in this world. He spoke of marked ones, individuals born with an unmistakable sign etched into their very being, the letter M on their palms. These are no ordinary people. They are quiet seers hidden in plain sight, destined to rise during humanity's darkest hour and guide us toward a new spiritual dawn. The marked ones' culture and belief systems. Their role is subtle yet monumental, to awaken others through example, intuition, and unshakable inner knowing. Nostradamus foresaw their emergence coinciding with periods of global upheaval, times when chaos would threaten to engulf humanity entirely. Yet within this turmoil lies opportunity, the chance for rebirth, renewal, and ascension. And at the heart of this imprinted upon their souls. What makes these individuals unique is not their outward appearance, but their innate ability to perceive beyond the veil of illusion. While most people operate within the confines of fear, doubt, and materialism, the marked ones see life as it truly is, a grand tapestry woven from threads of divine purpose. They feel the interconnectedness of all things, sensing the pulse of creation itself. This heightened awareness allows them to act as bridges between worlds, the seen and the unseen, the physical and the metaphysical. In times of crisis, they become beacons of hope, guiding others toward clarity and courage when despair threatens to consume. But why now? Why does it seem as though the world is teetering on the brink of collapse, with political instability, environmental degradation, and social fragmentation reaching unprecedented levels? According to Nostradamus, such cycles of destruction and renewal are inevitable. Humanity must shed its old skin before it can embrace the light of a new era. However, what sets this particular cycle apart is the presence of the marked ones. Never before has their role been so critical, nor their numbers so significant. They are here because the stakes are higher than ever. The choices we make in the coming years will determine whether we ascend collectively or descend further into darkness. To understand the importance of the marked ones, one must first grasp the nature of prophecy itself. Prophecies are not rigament, decrees carved in stone. They are fluid possibilities shaped by human free will. Nostradamus understood this better than anyone. His writings often hinted at multiple outcomes depending on how humanity responded to pivotal moments. For instance, he described scenarios where the marked ones either succeeded in awakening enough souls to tip the scales toward enlightenment or failed, leaving humanity mired in suffering. Their success hinges not only on their own actions, but also on their ability to inspire others to recognize their latent potential. Consider the symbolism of the M marking. Beyond its literal representation on the palm, it serves as a metaphor for duality resolved into unity. The two peaks of the M reflect opposing forces, light and shadow, masculine and feminine, order and chaos, that converge to create balance. Those bearing this mark are living without judgment. In doing so, they remind others that true peace arises not from eliminating conflict, but from integrating it. This is the essence of spiritual mastery and the gift the marked ones bring to the world. Yet being a marked one is not without its challenges. Many struggle with feelings of isolation, questioning whether they belong in a world that seems intent on ignoring the deeper truths they intuitively grasp. Others face resistance from those who misunderstand their mission, dismissing them as dreamers or idealists out of touch with reality. But these trials are part of their journey, designed to strengthen their resolve and refine their purpose. As Nostradamus implied, the path of the marked ones is not easy. It requires immense courage, patience, and faith. Yet it is also infinitely rewarding, for they walk hand in hand with destiny itself. If you are reading this and feel a stirring deep within, consider the possibility that you may be one of the marked. Perhaps you've always sensed that your life carries a greater meaning, even if you couldn't articulate it. Maybe you've experienced synchronicities, events so perfectly timed they seem orchestrated by some unseen hand. Or maybe you simply feel drawn to this message, as though it speaks directly to your soul. Trust that feeling. It is not coincidence. It is confirmation. You are being called to step into your role as a guide, healer, and visionary. As we move forward, remember that the work of the marked ones is not solitary. Though each individual operates uniquely, they form part of a vast network of lightworkers, united by a shared mission. Together, they amplify each other's energies, creating ripples of change that spread across the planet. This interconnectedness is key to their success. By supporting one another, sharing wisdom, and fostering communities rooted in love and truth, they pave the way for a brighter future. Amidst the storm, a reminder that even in the darkest nights, stars still shine. So, what comes next? How do the marked ones fulfill their purpose in a world increasingly consumed by fear and division? The answer lies in embracing their gifts fully and fearlessly. Whether through acts of kindness, creative expression, teaching, or simply embodying authenticity, they plant seeds of transformation wherever they go. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to uplift, inspire, and awaken. Over time, these small acts accumulate, creating waves of positive change that ripple outward indefinitely. The notion of old souls carrying latent spiritual gifts is not a new one. Across cultures and epochs, mystics, philosophers, and spiritual teachers have spoken of individuals born with an otherworldly connection, an innate ability to perceive truths beyond whose abilities would awaken during pivotal moments in human history. Those bearing the M on their palms are said to be among these chosen few old souls, incarnated for a specific mission, carrying within them dormant powers like deep empathy, foresight, and inner knowing. These gifts are not random. They are encoded into the fabric of their being, waiting to be activated during times of cosmic alignment. What does it mean to be an old soul? At its core, it signifies someone who has lived many lifetimes, accumulating wisdom through countless experiences. Unlike younger souls, who may still be navigating the complexities of ego and material desires, old souls operate from a place of profound understanding. They see life as a continuum rather than a series of isolated events. For those marked by the M, this perspective is amplified. Their empathic nature allows them to feel the emotions of others as if their foresight enables them to glimpse potential futures, guiding decisions that ripple outward in ways even they cannot fully comprehend. And their inner knowing, the quiet voice within, is a compass pointing always toward truth, no matter how obscured it may seem by external chaos. Yet these abilities do not manifest overnight. Like seeds buried beneath layers of soil, they require nurturing before they can break through into full bloom. Cosmic alignments play a crucial role in this process. Just as the moon influences tides or seasons dictate growth cycles, celestial energies impact human consciousness. Certain periods marked by planetary conjunctions, eclipses, or rare astrological phenomena are believed to catalyze awakening. During these windows, the latent gifts of the marked ones begin to stir, often accompanied by vivid dreams, heightened intuition, or sudden insights. It is as though the universe itself conspires to remind them of their purpose, their roles as guides and healers. But why now? Why are these gifts surfacing at this particular moment in history? The answer lies in the convergence of two factors: humanity's collective evolution and the escalating challenges we face as a species. We live in an era defined by paradox, a time when technological advancements coexist with environmental degradation, when global connectivity contrasts sharply with widespread isolation. Such contradictions create fertile ground for transformation, but only if enough people rise to meet the challenge. The marked ones, with their unique blend of ancient wisdom and modern awareness, are uniquely positioned to bridge this gap. Their gifts are not merely personal attributes. They are tools. Another person's pain is revolutionary. Empathy dismantles walls, fostering connections that transcend superficial differences. When wielded by someone bearing the M, it becomes even more potent, capable of dissolving centuries-old grievances and planting seeds of reconciliation. Similarly, foresight offers a glimpse into possibilities yet unseen, empowering individuals to make choices aligned with higher principles rather than immediate gratification. This forward-thinking mindset is essential for addressing issues like climate change, inequality, and geopolitical instability, all of which demand long-term solutions over short-term fixes. Inner knowing, perhaps the most elusive of these gifts, serves as the foundation upon which everything else rests. It is the quiet certainty that arises when logic falters and emotion overwhelms. Those touched by the M often describe it as a whisper, a gentle nudge guiding them toward what otherwise. This unshakable trust in their intuition sets them apart, allowing them to navigate uncertainty with grace and confidence. It also makes them natural leaders, not because they seek authority, but because others instinctively gravitate toward their clarity and authenticity. However, possessing such gifts comes with its own set of trials. Many marked ones struggle with feelings of alienation, wondering why they seem so different from those around them. Others wrestle with self-doubt, questioning whether their abilities are real or simply figments of their imagination. Some even suppress their gifts altogether, fearing ridicule or rejection. Yet, Suppressing these talents does not diminish their existence. It merely delays their expression. Sooner or later, the universe finds a way to remind them of their calling, often through circumstances that force them to confront their true nature. Illness, loss, or the very qualities they once tried to deny. For those willing to listen, the activation of these gifts is both a blessing and a responsibility. It requires courage to step into the unknown, especially when the path ahead seems uncertain. But it also demands humility, for the marked ones are not meant to act as saviors or dictators. Instead, they serve as conduits, channels through which divine energy flows, touching lives and inspiring change without seeking recognition or reward. Their work is subtle yet profound, often unfolding behind the scenes where it goes unnoticed by the masses. Yet its impact reverberates far beyond what meets the eye, shaping the course of events in ways that defy explanation. To activate these latent abilities, the marked ones must first remember who they are. This process of remembrance is not intellectual, but experiential. It involves meditation, journaling, dream work, and spending time in nature are just a few practices that can aid in this journey. Equally important is surrounding oneself with like-minded individuals, other marked ones, or lightworkers who recognize and support the mission. Together, they form a web of resonance, amplifying each other's vibrations and accelerating the awakening process. It is worth noting that the activation of these gifts is not a solitary endeavor. While each individual bears unique responsibilities, they are part of a larger tapestry of interconnected souls working toward the same goal. Nostradamus hinted at this unity in his prophecies, suggesting that the marked ones would emerge not as lone figures, but as a collective force. This idea aligns with modern spiritual teachings that emphasize the importance of community in facilitating transformation. By pooling their strengths and sharing their insights, the marked ones create a synergy, enabling them to achieve feats that would be impossible alone. As we look to the future, one thing becomes clear: the role of the marked ones will only grow more critical. With global challenges mounting and the need for profound change becoming ever more urgent, humanity stands at a crossroads. Will we succumb to fear and division, or will we rise to embrace our highest potential? The marked ones hold the key to tipping the scales toward the latter. Through their gifts of empathy, foresight, and inner knowing, they illuminate paths previously hidden, offering hope where despair looms large. They remind us that we are not victims of circumstance, but creators of our reality, capable of shaping the world according to our deepest aspirations. At the heart of Nostradamus's veiled prophecies lies a profound truth. Humanity is not alone in its journey towards spiritual evolution. Amidst the chaos and uncertainty that define our current age, there exists a hidden spiritual council. A scattered tribe of lightworkers bound together by destiny and purpose. These individuals, marked by the sacred letter M, are far more than ordinary souls navigating life on Earth. They are the guardians of the planetary awakening, entrusted with the monumental task of guiding humanity through times of collapse, rebirth, and collective ascension. Their presence is both subtle and powerful, woven into the fabric of existence, like threads of gold shimmering beneath layers of shadow. To understand the role of these guardians, one must first grasp the nature of planetary awakening itself. It is not merely an abstract concept, but a tangible process unfolding before our very eyes. Humanity stands at a pivotal juncture, a threshold where old systems crumble to make way for new paradigms. This transition is neither smooth nor painless. It demands dismantling deeply entrenched patterns of fear, greed, and separation. Yet within this upheaval lies immense opportunity. Each space for renewal, each ending paves the way for a beginning. The Guardians are here to ensure that this cycle does not devolve into despair, but instead becomes a catalyst for transformation. Through their actions, insights, and unwavering faith, they hold the light steady even as darkness threatens to engulf. What sets the bearers of the M apart from others is their innate connection to higher realms of consciousness. While most people operate within the confines of three-dimensional reality, tethered to material concerns and linear thinking, the Guardians exist simultaneously across multiple dimensions. They serve as bridges between worlds, the seen and the unseen, the physical and the metaphysical. This dual awareness allows them to perceive events not just as isolated incidents, but as parts of a greater cosmic design. When calamities strike or societal structures falter, they see beyond surface-level turmoil to the deeper remind others of the divine blueprint underlying all creation. But being a guardian is not about wielding power over others. It is about embodying service. Those who carry the M are called to lead not through force or authority, but through example and resonance. Their influence often operates invisibly, rippling outward in ways that defy quantification. A single act of kindness, a moment of deep listening, or a word spoken with authenticity can ignite sparks of awakening in those around them. Over time, these small acts accumulate, creating waves of positive change that spread exponentially. In this way, the Guardians fulfill their mission, not by dictating outcomes, but by planting seeds of possibility and trusting in their eventual fruition. The idea of a hidden spiritual council may sound esoteric, yet it is deeply rooted in ancient wisdom tradition. What Nostradamus revealed was not entirely novel, but rather an extension of this timeless understanding. He foresaw a specific era, the one we now inhabit, when the need for such guidance would reach unprecedented levels. The bearers of the M represent the modern embodiment of this age-old lineage, carrying forward the torch of illumination during a period of profound global transition. Yet, the path of a guardian is not without its challenges. Many struggle with feelings of isolation, burdened by the weight of their calling. They may feel out of sync with the world around them, acutely aware of its shortcomings, while lacking the tools to address them directly. Others face resistance from those who misunderstand their mission, dismissing their insights as impractical or overly idealistic. Still, others grapple with self-doubt, questioning whether they truly belong to this sacred tribe. Such struggles are natural. They are part of the initiation process every guardian must undergo. Only through facing these trials can they fully step into their roles as stewards of planetary awakening. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Guardians' work is their ability to function as a collective despite physical dispersion. Humanity. Individually, they appear ordinary, blending seamlessly into the tapestry of daily life. Collectively, however, they wield extraordinary power, the power to shift consciousness on a global scale. This duality is central to their identity. By remaining hidden in plain sight, they avoid drawing undue attention while maximizing their effectiveness. Their influence operates beneath the radar, quietly shaping events in ways that align with the highest good. Consider the implications of such a council existing among us today. At a time when trust in institutions is eroding and traditional leadership models are failing, the Guardians offer an alternative vision, one rooted in compassion, collaboration, and spiritual wisdom. They remind us that true power lies not in domination, but in service, not in control, but in surrender to the flow of divine will. Through their example, they challenge outdated notions of success and thrive. In doing so, they pave the way for a new paradigm, one based on love, unity, and reverence for all life. To activate their role as guardians, those bearing the M must first awaken to their own divinity. This process involves shedding layers of conditioning, the fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs that obscure their true nature. It requires embracing vulnerability, recognizing that strength does not lie in invulnerability, but in openness. Practices such as meditation, breathwork, energy healing, and communion with nature can aid in this journey, helping them reconnect with the infinite wellspring of wisdom within. Equally important is cultivating relationships with other guardians, forming alliances that amplify their impact and provide mutual support. As they step into their roles, the guardians become anchors of stability in an increasingly unstable world. Whether through art, science, education, activism, or simple acts of kindness, they infuse everything with a sense of purpose and meaning. Their presence reminds others of the inherent goodness woven into the fabric of existence, inspiring courage and resilience in the face of adversity. They do not seek recognition or reward. Their fulfillment comes from knowing they have played a part in something greater than themselves. Looking ahead, the importance of the guardians will only continue to grow. As humanity navigates the complexities of the 21st century, the need for spiritual leadership has never been more acute. Climate crises, technological disruptions, and social upheavals demand responses that go beyond conventional solutions. The guardians, with their multidimensional perspective and intuitive wisdom, are uniquely equipped to rise to the occasion. By holding space for truth and authenticity, they create openings for breakthroughs that might otherwise remain elusive. If you resonate with this message, if you feel a stirring deep within your soul, consider the possibility that you are one of the guardians. Perhaps you've always known on some level that your life carries a greater significance. Maybe you've experienced synchronicities so precise they seem orchestrated by an unseen hand. Or perhaps you simply feel drawn to this call, as though it speaks directly to your essence. Trust that feeling. It is not coincidence. It is confirmation. You are here for a reason.